So I just watched a TikTok post of a woman who said everything that I'm thinking, but I've never shared. And it's about being older and being single and not having children. It's pretty hard. It's harder to say. And I never speak out about it. It's a difficult thing knowing that you're living this life without children and without anybody there. I'm single. Dating has been tough, and being in a relationship is extinct. A little while back, a few weeks ago,
She could get a man tomorrow if she really wanted one. And let me give you an example. This is a TikTok video that was posted, and I guess it might be a catfish. So the post says, "My name is Emily. I am 50 years old. I have been divorced for 5 years. I live alone, no children. Men don't ask me out on dates. Do I look that bad?" So let's jump to the comments. These are several guys who are interested in her. So basically, plenty of solid guys her age would step up, commit, share the load, give her the companionship she's quietly craving. But she doesn't want it bad enough to drop the walls, soften up, or stop holding out for the fantasy version of the one. She'd rather stay single and romanticize the struggle than admit she's choosing loneliness over settling for good enough. Let's continue.
a little while back, a few weeks ago, I suffered a mild heart attack, and I had to take an Uber to the hospital, to the ER. And being a nurse, I had a feeling it was a heart attack. And it was the worst feeling in the world. Sitting there on the curb, waiting for an Uber to come and pick me up. I didn't think I was going to make it, and it was just disheartening to not have anybody there but an Uber driver to take me to the ER. So let me go back to the post that this woman made, and it was about being older and alone and suffering. It's like, I go to work, I do what I have to do to survive, and it's a struggle just to wake up every day knowing I'm going to work just to pay my bills, and then what?
The loneliness isn't just occasional, it's the default now. She built a life that looks stable from the outside, but when the scary moment comes, there's no one to hold her hand or even know she's gone. The dog can't call 911, the friends aren't on speed dial for emergencies. The independence she probably used to flex feels like a cage when you're alone on that curb. It's not even about mocking her, because honestly, it's just sad to watch someone discover that the system cheering her on toward endless self-focus wasn't actually invested in her having a meaningful personal life. No cheering crowd, no empowerment speeches, just the realization that independence sounds powerful in your 20s, but feels very different when life throws an actual emergency at you, and the only person around is a stranger giving you a ride.
You know why I'm never gonna shut up about being a single girl who lives alone? Is because I am the first woman, not only in my family, in my entire lineage, who's able to live alone. My mom was never able to live alone. Her mom was never able to live alone. Her mom was never able to live alone. Multiply that times infinity for the rest of forever till the beginning of humanity, and it actually is that deep. If you're a girly who's living right now in your own little apartment, can afford your own bills, can pay your own rent, you don't rely on your family, you don't rely on a man in your life to financially provide for you, you're quite literally breaking generational trauma. I can literally say it started with me. My sisters, everyone after me, I was the first. I was literally the first woman in my entire female lineage to live alone. It is that deep, and that's fucking crazy, and I will not shut up about it.
The thing that stood out to me is how this sounds exactly like the beginning of the story we just heard from the other lady earlier. That first woman is already at the later chapter, looking around and realizing the career grind and independence didn't automatically turn into a full life. And now here comes this one celebrating the very starting point of that same path like it's some historic breakthrough. Right now it feels powerful. Your own apartment, your own bills, total independence, the internet cheering like you just shattered some historic barrier. But the applause mostly lives on a screen and disappears the second people scroll away. If the years pass and nothing deeper gets built along the way, that same quiet space starts sounding different. That's why the previous lady sounded the way she did, because the celebration phase eventually runs straight into the reality phase when the room is still just as silent decades later.
Single life can get lonely, y'all. I don't know what other single people think, but it can be pretty lonely being single. It's also crazy because I think I never thought that at 41 I would be single, a single mom. I really thought by this age that I would have my husband, my home, my little family, but I guess that's not in God's plan. So I have to keep waiting to see what comes my way. Also, the thought of dating again at 41, especially these days, it's kind of exhausting because you don't even know what you're gonna get, right? You don't know what's out there. Everyone is so different and everyone is thirsty, looking for one thing. I just want to meet a nice, successful, loving man who's gonna love me and my child. Ultimately, that's all I want. But it doesn't always happen that way. And, you know, having to start over, getting to know someone, getting to trust someone, knowing what they like, knowing how they work. Oh boy.
So the dilemma she's facing isn't that she can't find a man at all. She probably could. The real issue is she doesn't want just any man. She still wants the ideal one she imagined years ago. And at 41, with a child already in the picture, the pool of men who both fit that description and are willing to take on that role becomes much smaller. That's the quiet tension in what she's saying. She's realizing the life she pictured didn't happen, but she's still holding on to the same standards that belong to that earlier version of her life. And until those expectations adjust to reality, she'll keep feeling stuck in that same question she's asking now. Why the future she imagined hasn't shown up yet.
So tonight I came to the conclusion that I am officially done pursuing any sort of relationship. I am so tired of thinking it's gonna work out with someone and then it doesn't work. Like, there's literally no point for me anymore to even try because one, it's very rare that I find someone that I actually feel like opening up to. And once I do open up to someone, like, I assume that they feel the same way about me as I do about them. And then what ends up happening is I just end up getting hurt because I love really, really hard and I just choose the wrong people. And unfortunately, I don't know if I'm ever gonna have it in me to like find someone that like is healthy or good for me. Like, I obviously want that, but that's not what I'm attracted to. And so I'm not gonna sell for someone that I'm not attracted to just because like they're good for me.
She's just stuck in that loop where the men she's attracted to won't commit, and the men who would commit don't spark that attraction. And instead of adjusting what she's looking for, she'd rather step back and stay single and hope that one day one of those high value guys finally decides she's the one worth settling down for. So this is the second part of the video where reality hits.
A few moments later.
I'm tired of feeling like I have to sit on the sidelines and cheer for everybody else while they're in these beautiful dream relationships. Like, hearing all of the girls talk about how their men are going to spoil them on Valentine's Day and all of the cute things that their men are doing for them. And it's really getting old having to sit back and smile and be happy for everyone else while I continuously have to go year after year not getting to celebrate this made-up holiday.
Do you guys notice what she focuses on? It's not about building something meaningful with a man or growing together with someone. It's about the spoiling, the gifts, the attention, the feeling of being celebrated. That's when men suddenly become important again. It's like men only become valuable when there's something to receive from them. The tough reality is her friends didn't just show up on Valentine's Day and collect those rewards. Those things usually come after years of choosing someone, investing time, and sticking through life together. If you spend your best years chasing men who have endless options and no intention of settling down, eventually you end up exactly where she is, watching from the sidelines, realizing the moment you expected to magically arrive never actually did.
Most single women over 50 won't admit this, but here's the real truth. Yeah, we can go out, we have fun, we travel, we go out with the girls, we go to yoga, some of you are playing pickleball, tennis, we have great lives, we pay our own bills, we afford our own homes. But at the end of the day, when you come home late at night to an empty house, or maybe even your dog, it's fucking lonely. And I know because it hit me hard. I went to Mexico, a women's retreat. I came home filled with love, connection, gratitude, embodiment, empowerment. When I walked in that door and it was dark, and yeah, my dog was there and I love him so much, but it was lonely. And then I slipped and fell in the bathroom and I was all alone and I was scared.
She built everything she was told would make her complete, and it's still not enough when the high fades and there's no one to share the lows with and no one to call when you hit the floor. The dog loves her, but he can't help her stand or talk her through the fear. So now she's alone with no one to call, and she's not saying it loud. Because admitting I'm lonely and I want a man feels like failure in the world that sold her independence as the ultimate win. But she just did, quietly, painfully, in the dark bathroom. This is the sad end they will all encounter.